What's up, y'all? Foster Gamer, Foster Gamer. Hold on 1 second. Alright, that feels a whole lot better. Um, so this review is gonna be about Death Note, the American live action one. So, the crazy, oh my bad. Yeah, the crazy thing about it was, like, my opinions on it, because I'm gonna sum it up quick. My opinions on it is, if you're a first person looking in, you're gonna think it's, you're gonna think it's, you're gonna think it's decent. If you're like a person who's like me, for instance, I've seen the anime. I read a little bit of the manga, and I've seen the Japanese live action of it. So if I was to rank it, it'd be the lowest on the list of those. With of course, like the anime probably being like the funniest of it. Oh yeah, if you ever get a chance, watch the Death Note Abridged. That shit is hilarious. So yeah, so basically I can see why they tell y'all not to watch it, but at the same time it's like I think a lot of people should actually watch it. But yeah, like stick with me on this though. The reason why y'all need to watch this is just so y'all see like the different ways Light could have played out like the whole Death Note. Because honestly, this one was almost ingenious in some ways. But the thing that got on my nerves about it is the fact that they seem to make the same, like every Light makes the same mistake. And that is they access the police's database. That's always the same mistake they do. And that's like the main thing I always notice. Like how I would have did it, I might do another review for that. So basically in this one, he's not like the Light we all know, like the cool, chill, like that everybody loves. Like this one, he's more like on the nerd side, but like the arrogant, cocky nerd side. So it's like he makes money basically off of like giving people tests and like he makes money off of that. Like people always coming to him for answers and everything. So one day he's just chilling or whatever. This girl he ends up messing with gets into a fight trying to help a student being being attacked by this bully or whatever. So for whatever reason they give him the Death Note after he gets knocked out and given like 2 weeks of detention. So from there, gets the Death Note, blah blah blah. Girl comes like and joins him on like his quest for yeah, girl comes in like on the quest with him to become Kara, like just about every other Death Note. But this one is like she hopped on it quick. It wasn't all she heard on the news. This dude just upright tells her because she happens to see him reading the book like during like a basketball practice. I don't even know why he was there to begin with. But okay, let's skip all that shit. Next we go into L. So eventually L finds out. And the thing about this L is I kind of like how they did him. To be honest, I like how they do like every type of L. This L to me had more emotion, which is some you wouldn't think would work, but I thought it worked. Many people didn't like this L. Hold on, I went to the next song. I'm saving that for my anime review. But yeah, like I like this L because he's just a whole lot more he's just like a little bit more emotional, and not in a bad way either. So he ends up figuring out like, oh yeah, like dude's in Seattle or whatever, because that's apparently where they're at. And he's like, okay, so he's in Seattle. And here's something that L did in this one that I noticed that not any other L does. This L, he calls out Kira to kill him, but Kira can't kill him because, of course, Kira doesn't know who he is exactly, because it's the same rule applies. Like you gotta know his name, like his full name. You gotta You gotta see him in your head when you do it too. All that other bull. So he figures out like right off the bat, like, okay, he can't kill me. So let's keep testing the theory out. So where Kira makes his second mistake, Light, and tell me why you give him the name Turner. Light Turner. Like they could have kept it Yagami, or like they could have gave him a better name, Turner. But let me get into it. So anyway, so eventually what ends up really getting him, like what gets him really caught in the middle, is when his father does the same thing that L does. He basically calls out Kira, and Kira doesn't kill him. And because of that, that was like the stupidest thing he could have did. And the funny thing is, his girl like even warned him, like, yo, you need to kill your pops and all that. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't have did it either, but it's like, in that situation, it's like, that's basically what screwed him over. Because now, L instantly knows, it's like, yo, he can't kill his own father. So it has to be him. So yeah, so how L figured that one out was a little bit, like, easier, in my opinion, than the other ones. So, eventually, eventually Light comes up with the idea of trying to get L's basically L's butler, or I guess you can say like his Alfred or whatever from Batman. Like L had his own Alfred. So basically what that was, what he made him do, Light made the butler guy or whatever go to whatever home L grew up at and look up records. And then he ends up getting shot. Now the reason why he got shot, I'm gonna go into that. So at one point, Light, because the butler went missing, L starts going crazy. L starts getting mad and all that. So he's just like, yo, I'm gonna hunt you down and all this other stuff. Cause now he's just pissed. And because of that, he goes into Light's house with his pops. I might have to do some editing with this. Who gives a fuck? But yeah. So Light, his pops and this girl, they just chilling. Whatever. L comes in there. He's just like, yo, where am I do that? If you kill him, if you let him die, all this other stuff, blah blah blah, you gonna die. It's like, yeah, you gonna die, man. Cause like now he's basically threatening him. So L has the cops search his whole house. And his girlfriend actually ends up taking the book on some smart shit. But the thing is, you don't end up realizing that. Well, actually, no, you probably end up realizing it. I realized it too. I ain't gonna even lie. So what ends up happening is the girl took the book, wrote Light's name in it, and then not only that, made it so the butler gets killed. Like before dude even finds out the information. Actually, no, he gets him killed right. He gets the butler killed. She gets the butler killed right when he's about to tell Light the name. And then that's when Light realizes, like, oh yeah, like she betrayed me. And then she's just like, yeah, you're not who you was when you started. You need to give me the book. It's my time. I need to shine. Like, it's like, you done, old man. It's like, give me the book or else you die. It's like, or else the page burns. So so Light, so Light takes the notebook, starts writing names or whatever. Cops come, like Light's on the run, like he's running like through the streets and all that. L finds him, he's running after him, and right when L almost has him, like because L was dumb enough to tell this one bystander, like, yeah, this is Kira, like I'm about to arrest him and all this, you need to chill out, you need to stay back. The bystander ends up hitting him in the back of the head, knocking him out. So Light gets away. Light meets old girl at the Ferris wheel. They start talking, all this other stuff, and he's trying to convince her hard to convince her not to take the book. Like, yo, this ain't what you want. This is not that type of life. You're not about that. Like, trust me. I thought I was about it. I'm not about it. So please, just don't take the book. Just like burn the pages. Let's just get at this together while we can. There's no proof. Like, he can't do nothing to me. Blah, blah, blah. And she ends up taking the book. And once she takes the book, the Ferris wheel starts like breaking and everything. So Ferris wheel breaks. You think Light's dead when he's not dead. Of course, girl died. and for some reason they show you a scene of like the page with Light name on it burning. So instantly you're like, so wait, does that mean Light's alive? And you end up finding that out when he's in the hospital, because Light wakes up. Light was in a coma and all that, and right around that same time, right before L's about to leave, um, he realizes something from what Light said about the history book and all this other stuff. Like, because Light ended up snitching on his girl for whatever stupid reason. I'm like, why would you do that? If you knew somehow you was gonna survive this, like, why would you tell him this in the history book? But anyway, L goes back, I think, into the girl's apartment. I said girl's apartment, girl's house or whatever, and then ends up he ends up finding the page that was in her book. Here's the thing, I forgot about that page even being in the book. Like, for some reason, I thought Light took that page with the original Death Note that he had, but I guess not. So you just get to see that Light like planned everything out from the Ferris wheel and everything. He made it so that she would take the book from him anyway, and he made it so that like he would live, survive. He made it so that the page would burn. He made it so that like I said before, that he survived, that some dude would save him, and then that guy would die after saving him, or some shit like that. And then also made it so somebody would deliver the actual Death Note into the hospital bed that he's laying on, because he also made it so that he'd only be in a coma for like 2 days. So he wakes up, his pops is like, yeah, I just figured it all out after L basically told me that I need to actually think about this and not put feelings into it. So he figures like, okay, let me ask my son, because I already know, but I'm gonna ask him anyway. So then his son is just like, yeah, I did it. It was supposed to be like, I was supposed to be good. I was supposed to basically be God. Like, I was supposed to do everything that was like, I was supposed to be just. But then his father asks this question, is like, but are you really just, or are you just like, are you unjust too? No. Better analogy he used was, but which is the lesser evil? Are you the lesser evil, or are you the more evil? And around that time he says that, Ryuk, who for some reason throughout this whole interview I forgot to mention him, but yeah, Ryuk is just like, yeah, humans are interesting. Because around this same time, L, like I said, L found the page. So now L's like, do I write this nigga's name on it, or do I not? And that's basically how they left you. And the reason why like I didn't mention Ryuk like that was because like his parts in it wasn't really that big. Like Ryuk's parts wasn't really that big. Like, he basically got it light, but that was about it. And it's like they have you thinking at one point that he killed like a whole bunch of officers, when it actually ends up being the girl that did it. Yeah. So like I said before, would I recommend y'all watching it? Like, if you're new, definitely. It's okay. If you're like a Death Note veteran like me, would I suggest watching it? Like I said, if you're looking at it from a detective standpoint, and from just like if you're trying to compare all of them, then yeah, sure. But if you're coming in there thinking like, oh, this is gonna be better than all of them, I'm gonna tell you this now, don't do it. Because then you're not gonna appreciate it like I did. I appreciated it just because people told me how bad it was gonna be. So when I actually watched it, I'm like, okay, this ain't too bad. I can see some of the good parts in it, like they did this different from this, they did that different from that. And it's also like, at this point, it's like you guys are like kinda, I don't know, it's like it kinda puts you in a different like kinda puts you on a different level. Like, you know, like when you put yourself into the movie sometimes, it's like it puts you on like a different level, because now you're like, okay, so these are the rules. Like, you're in the Death Note world, Light Turner. So here's the rules you need to abide by. You gotta remember this and that. So yeah, he makes some of his mistakes here and there, but it's like you're kind of guiding them. And that's the weird thing. You're kind of guiding them in a sense, because you're like, okay, like maybe they're not gonna do it this way. Yeah, because the thing that got me was like with his girl. I'm like, have you not learned from just about every Death Note? I don't care that you're Light Turner. You're still Light. Your name's Light. So haven't you learned from like your other dimensions past mistakes on this shit? It's like you don't fall in love in this, or at least where you're at. Like, you gotta make sure like all your strings is like taken out first. It's like they should have realized like right off the bat that it's like why would you access the records? But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get into that one maybe in another video. But yeah, that's if y'all actually want it. Oh, D-Lo, hold on, shout on me, D-Lo. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think y'all really need to know anything else as far as that goes. So yeah, like I said, I recommend watching it. Just don't have like the highest hopes that it's gonna be better, or it's gonna be like on a decent, like, good level. Cause it's like, yeah, cause it was decent, but just like, okay, it passed the time decent. And yeah, the only character I really liked in that whole thing, well, the only two characters was L and Ryu, which is surprising because people get mad about how they did L. But I'm like, okay, like they gave this L more emotions, at least in my opinion. But at the same time, like they still let him be like the smart guy that he usually is. So yeah, so with that, catch y'all, love y'all, peace.